Miss Hooten, can you hear me? I think my computer is glitching and slowing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear.
Okay, you can hear me. It's just my computer is going so slow. Alrighty, got it. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody hear us? You know, my computer, the internet is always undefeated. Let me get this more on here. Good morning, everybody. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Yeah,
Morning.
good morning.
So, wanted to kick us off and shout out to Torvis for organizing a strong group of parents. I know over the last 2 or 3 weeks, we've had some good interactions. We've had some interactions where some issues that we want to talk about this morning. But, Torvis, I'm going to get everything up and running. I got some articles on the show. But if everybody can just say good morning, introduce yourself, and then, Torvis, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right.
I am Kimberly Moore.
Good morning. I'm Laquita Fitzgerald.
Good morning. I'm Renee Hooten.
All right. So good morning to everybody. Glad to see you that you is on the show. Let everybody come in and share it out as I'm doing right now. So the topic today is going to be bullying, school safety. Um, in the course of the past 2 weeks, we got so many calls about just bullying, about harassment, different issues, and I think all of you've had some issues with it as well. Um, Number one thing for the schools to do is create a safe environment for our kids. And they can't learn if they're not in a safe environment. They can't learn if they're not in the school building. So with that being said, they have these laws that's in effect that's supposed to, help your child with bullying. I think Renee is at the school right now dealing with a situation. There's been an ongoing situation. And what I've been seeing, I've had 3, 4 cases of kids have been telling adults, telling teachers, telling principals that the child's been bullied or harassed and things going on. And it's just like if you walk in the house and kick a dog every day, one day the dog gonna bite you. So then when these kids actually don't get no help and then they fight back, they're the ones getting suspended. They're the ones getting kicked out of school,
Right.
expelled. Some of them been expelled out of school and these kids ain't had no problems, but the same ones that keep on doing stuff over and over and over, it's like they getting rewarded. They're not getting the same punishment. Um so what is y'all thought on the bullying and school safety? I'm gonna start you, Miss Laquita.
Um, First of all, I don't approve of bullying at all, and the schools, I think they should look more into it when a student comes to them to let them know what's going on and you know handle the situation so it doesn't go further. Like for saying a kid, being picked all the time and then they just finally go off and then, the child is getting punished and hurt, you know. So I feel like it should be, you know, I feel like the teachers and the principals should do more than what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to investigate the situation, contact the parents. I mean, it's still some rules and stuff they're supposed to do, but as you know, they don't never follow the same rules that they should. But what is your child supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can only, handle so much and, deal with so much until, you go off. And if it's my child, like I say, that somebody messing with you, if somebody hit you, you hit them back. And I'm always gonna stand on that. Protect yourself.
But back to what you were saying about the principal and the teachers and all them come to an agreement with the kid with these problems you having in school with these kids, it's not going to work because they're real messy. Because when my daughter got to fighting, we had to do an intermediate, okay, but they put me out, me and my daughter out, but continue to have a parent online and a group of children in there. But they send me out the door. But they continue on with this meeting with this other parent in there. They're not solving anything. And what happened to my daughter? My daughter had just recently went to reach down to get her cord out of the plug and got hit. She turned around and hit the girl back. She got suspended for 2 days. And then after that, went whatever the meeting they had with it, they turned around and gave her 3 more days. So my daughter has been a gun been pulled out on her at Jerry Baxter. They covered it up. We left. My daughter has been bullied by boys at Maplewood. This one boy, when my niece got killed, the same little boy was there, and they sitting in the office, and the principal she comes out, her and the little boy goes to the fighting, and the little boy went to reach to hit her, and she hit all up and hit him back, and the principal got hit. So they put her out. So they're not solving anything. Those fights. Same way the lady followed me home just recently, my daughter about to plug. This lady followed me to my house. She followed me from Maplewood to my house and come right on the side street and watched to see what house we was at. So what I did, I called the police. She went and changed cars and come right back up and down the street. But meanwhile, I called the school. The school said, "Okay, you going to call the police and do what you got to do." Okay, the police came, but I'm still having that problem. They on the bus with my daughter. They're picking, and she can only take so much. Yeah, sit
It's
back.
like, I mean, you're at the school right now because the same issue is going on and on and on. And you've been dealing with this issue about 3 weeks.
So she's at home now, and I went and picked her up. So this is very taxing. The bully, it's not good because the same way with my son. My son don't bother nobody. He come out of Jerry Baxter. This little boy bullied my son enough to make him, take the little boy hit him with 3 chairs. He caught that third chair, and he hit him with it. Oh no, they didn't suspend him. They called down. We had to go to juvenile, press charge, and do what they had to do. But once again, the little boy's on the bus with my son now. He was picking. And after we did what we had to do at juvenile, now he want to talk to him. Not, not.
And so they had the issue, the kids had the issue, and it's almost like, why are you putting the kids together? Why they still together? The same
Right.
situation you saying it's on the bus. Why y'all keep putting the kids together if you know they have issues or problems? I mean, you got different kids come from different neighborhoods going to school, and they all claim they turf or whatever, whatever. But you putting these kids in the same environment, and then when something happens or something is reported, and they go to the teacher and do what they're supposed to do, which all of our parents I've talked to, the kids have done it. We had a situation where the child, they kept picking with the child, talking about she was thinking, and they sprayed the child with Lysol. So instead of the principal going to the classroom and getting the kid that done it, they came and got the child that got sprayed. So these kids are still in the classroom picking and messing with everybody else. But then when this child decided to fight back, they actually expelled the child of school. Now they always talk about they got these videos and cameras, but when it's time to see it, you don't never see it. Oh, we don't have it. We don't have it. But
You don't.
I've actually saw one of the parents' child had the video, and the video clearly shows the kids came up to the child with the fist balled up, swung and hit. So this child was actually protecting himself. So I mean, we've always talked protect yourself, don't let anybody hurt you. But when these kids actually, like I said, when they fight back, They're the one who gets suspended. That child got expelled from school. Never had a problem. Anything. You reported it. You did everything you're supposed to do. The principal came down there and got the child because they know they're spraying with lights out. When are you gonna do something about the kids that's doing the bullying? That's my question. What is your child supposed to do? The your child Victoria, she's has dealing with enough as far as the school feeling itself. We was talking about her grades. They couldn't find her grades when she went to summer school. She's a
Mm-hmm.
senior. She's dealing with enough, but then she's constantly getting picked on in the school, everywhere she go, on the bus, everywhere she go. What is the kid supposed to do? They've done everything and took the steps. You even went as far as filing charges. So what do we teach our kids? What are we supposed to do? Where's the investigation? Where is the paperwork showing that you took these kids to the side and you spoke and talked to them? That paperwork should be able to be given to the parents saying we had an issue with the school. This is what happened. That goes back to the fact of not communicating until something happens. What is the child
So,
supposed to do?
so since we're on the topic, yesterday my son was on the bus and there was a little girl that um, was saying stuff to him. He said stuff back to her, but the little girl decided to spit in my child's face. My son spit back at her on her leg. The little girl decided to pull his hood over his head and started hitting him. He put his hands up to block her hits. She bit him. I get a phone call just saying that my son needs to be taken from school for 2 days because he got to fighting and was spitting on someone. But nobody said nothing about him getting hit on. He didn't fight, he got hit on. And because it was a girl, he assumed that I was going to say something. But spitting is disgusting. And like I've told him, you should have smacked her, knocked her head off. When she bit you, you should have took the rest of her head off because that is again nasty. The little girl is only suspended for 1 day and can get back on the bus. But my son is suspended until Friday and can't be back on the bus until after fall break.
So what is your child supposed to do? That's the question. What is your child supposed to? Speeding is the total form of disrespect.
It's just
Um,
disgusting.
yes, I mean, yeah,
So with that being said, we had conferences today, and um, all they wanted to say is about what my son has been doing, and that's why he had to get more punishment than the little girl. But my son has an IEP. He has a behavioral plan. I don't believe that they're following that because they're calling my phone, texting me every day.
Yeah, they're supposed to do something. They're not supposed to suspend him at all. If he's got an IEP, they're not. I
But
do know
then
that much. They're not, because I have a grandson that's ADHD, and
He
I
has
have quite a few of
ADHD.
them. So
He has the ADHD.
he's not supposed to be suspended. And really, they have when it's like that, they do a one on one. And see, he had a one on one all the way through 12. So he's been fighting. He's doing all. They not suspend him at all because I went to the school. He has an IEP, and y'all read up on that IEP and what it tells you. Okay, and he's not leaving. He's gonna continue to stay at school. What you do the OSS in school suspension with his one-on-one counselor.
The only thing I don't have a car right now.
Yeah,
So I wasn't able to go to the school. His dad did.
but let me
Um,
not excuse me 1 second. They
mhm.
could have did a conference call with you over the phone with all of them around the round table. I've been there.
I know, but they didn't.
See, that's another thing. See, you got to.
They had someone to call my phone that started the whole problem with my son and his behavior more because there was a a a staff that told my son last year that if he missed 2 or 3 more days that he would be um held back.
Retain. Yeah.
And so prior to that, my son wasn't getting as many resets, is what they call it at his school.
Hmm.
Um, but after that, it's every day, because again, you've messed his spirits up,
Hmm.
and then you
And it
expect him to still do his best, and then also you're pointing out what he's doing, but you're not really doing much to help him.
so I'm gonna read. Miss Moppin has a comment here that says, "Where's the staff when the kids are forced to fight for those 30 seconds?" She also said 2 boys thought they were going to gang up on my child at Stratford Lower Campus. Nicole, she says it seems like they don't want to kick in until it's time to kick them out,
Yes,
and
yes,
that's so true. And I just when we went to school, we didn't have all this stuff. You also got the cyberbullying. You got this your Instagram and all these different things is going on as far as social media.
Hmm.
So it's a lot of different things now. As far as the school safety, you have so many. I don't know if you paid attention, but we had so many guns in schools last week. It was
Hmm.
ridiculous.
It was over four,
Hmm.
wasn't it?
It was. Man, they had.
Was it four or more
It
than
was
that?
more. It was more than that.
Was it?
Because I know.
I know
Yeah, I know. Maplewood had two
it was
situations
two at
in
Pearl.
Stratford. They had so many guns, but they don't report all of it. But there's so many guns in school. These kids are screaming for help.
Yeah,
When you go
yeah.
to an adult and you try to get somebody to help you and they don't help you, what are you supposed to do? So these kids are actually bringing guns to school.
yeah. They're terrified, and I
Eh,
mean,
Yes, they are
Not to
terrified.
mention the staff that's supposed to help them are, because of their reputation or their disability or their IEP, talk to them like they ants or mud on their shoe.
Right. But um, it's just, I mean,
Where I mean, what at this present moment, like I'm at the point where I'm just finna take my son out of school, because it's like you're worried about what he has done versus what just happened, and is just again worried about what he has done, not what just happened. He didn't
and
do
then
anything. He
that's
because
didn't
when
they
they
do
try
label.
to
anything.
hit you with a truancy.
Yeah,
Because
they
type
label
of
it.
people, yeah, you know. So it's I don't know. It's just
Speaking speaking of truancy, a parent they got a letter in the mail. They suspended the child. The child's out of school. They got a letter in the mail about truancy. How you gonna be truant when you suspend a child out of school? And
yeah.
so, I mean, what's it supposed to be? Then I'm also seeing the fact that also parents, if they say your child is suspended, you need the paperwork. We're not getting any paperwork. You don't know the child's suspended. You have no idea this is suspended. So What are you supposed to do? Okay, you want to say my child is truant, but it has to be in my child file because later on, when you go back into child file, they miss so many days. Somebody said they were suspended. You don't bring them. It's not in the file, the child chart. Then it's like, oh, you missed so many days. Now you're throwing you in the system as far as truancy.
Yeah.
But you have to have the paperwork. And once you get this paperwork, you need the investigation. What happened? I need to know everything that's happened. I need to know why my child suspended. I also need to know appeal process. You have to do appeal within 5 to 10 days, but his parents are never getting the
Uh-huh.
paperwork saying the child suspended. They're never getting the paperwork for the appeal. So then when it goes down on in the child record and later on down the road, it's in your child record, it was never disputed in. So I tell parents now, get your child CUNY file. When they say something happened, you need to see what's in your child file. A parent was so she was so distraught last week that she got her child file. There was so many stuff in there she didn't know anything about. Never heard of it. Didn't have a clue what was in the child file. So you're not doing your proper paperwork. When the child says something about bullying, you're supposed to, it's paperwork involved. You have to go and investigate. It needs to be written down. When it's a bullying situation, they're supposed to go up to a higher level. So if you don't have all these rules in place and you're not following them, how you want the kids to follow rules? You're not following your own rules.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, what is the child supposed to do? That's the question. If you have this stuff in place, it's supposed to happen, and it's not happening. What is it now? We have a parent in cohort 14 whose child is autistic. So something happened in the classroom, and they said the child was suspended. The parents didn't know, so they took the child to school as normal. Now remember, he's autistic, and they told the child he had to leave. He wasn't supposed to be there. They told the child to go to the local youth center, which the youth center is closed at 8 o'clock in the morning. Because the kids are in school. So this child left out the building, out the back door, left. Um, some type of way, the parent found out the child wasn't in school because then when she called up there, it was like, "Oh, your child, he's not here. He was suspended." Well, she didn't know he was suspended. Once again, you didn't get no paperwork. So the child ended up walking off and leaving. She was at school. They said, "Well, call the youth center." Okay, you knew that the child was supposed to go to the youth center because you told him to go to the youth center. Because you automatically picked up the phone and called the youth center. The child wasn't there. They hadn't seen the child. For 4 hours, she couldn't find this child. This child's autistic now. She could not find this child. It just so happened she went to a store to answer a question and showed a picture. And one of the people said, "Well, I saw that child down by the river." So
Oh,
this child's down by the river. This child autistic.
right.
Anything could have happened. I know an autistic child that drowned years ago named Torvis. So I really remember that. So when I got the phone call, it was like it hit me a different way because this child's autistic. You got this child out there, you got all these pedophiles and things going on. That child here came up missing. Thank God that he was down there by the river. So once again, you didn't communicate with the parent that this child was suspended. They brought the child to school like they're supposed to. You think your child's in school and you didn't know anything about it. When are they gonna follow their own rules?
I just feel
That's
like we need to raise hell and hold, the principals and teachers accountable, for what they do, while our children are in their care. Regardless if we go up to the school, raise hell, get kicked out, keep on going until something
Mm-hmm.
else change. I mean, at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. Like, I don't care if it's my daughter. I'm going. I don't care if I get kicked out. I'm gonna go right back in until something is being done. Call the police on me. Hell, I go to jail, get back out. I'm going up there again. It's just, at this point, it's scary. I mean,
it just
Amen.
if you're
I
gonna
uh,
agree.
hold me and my child accountable, with truancy and stuff like that, then y'all do something. Do something.
and then to add insult to injury, that principal was rewarded as one of the top principals
Yeah, it's
after this
ridiculous.
happened. So I mean, what is parents supposed to do? I say file charges on them. Y'all gonna put
Exactly.
charges on us? File charges on them.
Yep.
If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you need to get charges filed on you. You have these officers in school. They got so many drugs in school and stuff now as well. Like I said, school safety. You
And
can't go to a ball game. Kids, with the situation in Hunter's Lane, girl put a gun to the boy head,
Yeah.
and it
Mm-hmm.
happened more than once.
Getting shot at.
Uh, You go to the ball games, they got guns at the ball games, and it's the same kids over and over and over. It's almost like you want to say something to me, but you're scared of them. So you're gonna
Yeah.
take out the frustration on me.
Yeah.
Every situation that I'm running into is the child is done what they're supposed to do. They reported it. They talk to their parents. They call the school. Nothing's done. Then they kids fight back, and they get punished more harshly than the child is doing it.
Yeah,
You,
they go for the underdogs.
your
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
child cannot be a sheep amongst wolves. Simple as that. They cannot be a sheep amongst wolves. They're going to survive.
Yeah,
And you think you send your kids to school to be a safe haven? No, it's not. It's not.
I feel like school is like a daycare. They they going to either have sex, do drugs, or make up um, gangs to do stuff. That's what school is right now. I mean, they're not teaching our kids nothing.
Cree Taylor, Creationy Taylor says, my son just got expelled for fighting the very boys I told the school about. But don't worry, I will be appealing it. They didn't even do the 10 investments or nothing. Now you want to send my child home. And that's true.
That's true.
That's true.
yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was an issue with Stratford with a child. The kids robbed the boy. They robbed this child. They in the neighborhood. They robbed the child. The child couldn't go outside to play. They robbed him. They tried to rob him again. The two twin boys, and he ended up fighting back. He put one of them in a hole or whatever. Went up to the school with the parents, and he wasn't worried about the kids fighting. He was more worried about that he put the boy in a hole and talking about where he could have killed him. What about the situation? These kids have robbed this child. These kids
Right.
is picking this child. They messing with this child. The child was doing what he had to do to protect themselves. So why you worried about that? He's an ex-marine, whatever. He's not even there anymore. But you more worried about that than the situation. So what is this child supposed to do? Well, I'll make sure that we take care of it. Situation happening again next week. And I talked to the parent last week, and the same situation is happening again. So this situation has been going on for a year. What are you supposed to do?
That's when you go file charges on everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't want
Everybody.
to get paperwork. You got to put paperwork on them. And your child's school, Renee, I was picking up a child from the school, and I sit there, and the kids was fighting. One teacher was trying to break it up, but he had one child, but they kept on, another child kept running around. It was two policemen standing there front talking. It was a teacher standing there. Nobody tried to help this teacher. They didn't want to get involved. One little boy kept going back and forth in the car. You don't know what the child had in the car. So I'm just sitting here like looking like they're not gonna do anything about this.
Well, I had an accident too. The little girl that my daughter had a long time ago complications. She ran to her car, was coming back in the building. Oh, my daughter go and tell it? Yeah, she went and told, and a couple of teachers went down, but she done pulled off. But just thinking the next time it will you ain't gonna catch it in time. But she done reported and reported about these kids over and over and over to the point to where she wants to be sent to baths, and she's not no bad kid. She don't even want to be there. But yeah, I'm that parent that was in truancy. I was in truancy for a fight, that same fight, those 5 days that she got suspended. I was in truancy for that. But
That was another
they
thing
kind of
that
they
they're
they put it
complaining
towards
about.
her, was telling her, if you keep getting suspended, this is what you're gonna go to jail, juvenile, da 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 da. No, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, what are you supposed to do? These kids constantly picking into the point to where my baby's in the 12th and don't want to be there.
King Pharaoh said, picking on the weaker party. Said, extreme measurement requires extreme measures.
And it's not one girl; it's like two or three of them, maybe four. She went to East. These same little girls, a long time ago, 8th grade, they was trying to get her East. I pulled her out of East. I'm tired of pulling from this school to that school. Like I told her, do what you got to do. If I have to send you to the adult school, you got enough credits to finish school out. And it's sad that you have to you feel you want to take your kids out because they're the ones that's being bullied, and the other kids is not. You're not getting. How can I put this? They're not doing too much for these kids. They need to be taken care of. And then if you do a group, you never call in the parents. You call in the kids, do a meeting with them. You're not solving them but putting a fire to a fire.
Yeah.
And these same kids keep coming back. You and these kids keep coming back into this office, and then y'all not solving anything. So it takes me to come. It takes me to come to the school. So it
I,
takes me to come to the school, and then you want to put me out. No, I'm gonna keep coming.
And it's sad that the child that's being bullied have to miss out on, they high school years and, on games and different activities in school because of them getting bullied. Like, mm, it's just sad.
It really is. It really is.
with my son, that was another thing that they were talking about in the conference today is he has 7 absences, but I've sent his doctor's notes and stuff like that. So, but you're not putting it in. And then on a conference, let me know what has been going on today, but it's been going on since school started. Why am I just now getting a notice about what's going on?
They building
But
it up. That's what
because
they done.
but because of the reputation that my son has,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of whatever he does,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna believe anybody beside him, even if he hadn't done anything. They're just gonna believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I shouldn't have to feel like I should have to take my son out of school just for him to get an education, and not for me not to have to worry about truancy when they know my whole situation. I've had 3 of my strokes since I've been at my son's school, and I was at the school helping.
Mm-hmm.
Your child have a 504 plan.
Yeah.
So the
See?
504 plan is a behavior program, behavior plan, just like part of the IEP. So it's situations they're supposed to handle the situation, to be able to handle the situation, how they know what's going on with your child. The kids can't learn they're not in school. If they're already not learning nothing while they're in school, they definitely ain't gonna learn it when they're out of school. But it's just like somebody said on the comments, it's almost like they just let it build up till they kick them out. They label your
Mm-hmm.
child and they kick them out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's supposed to be something to help the child, to help what's going on, but they're not getting the help. Just like the IEP, it's supposed to be something to help the child get the child the same grade level or the same opportunity to learn. So why you got this stuff in place if you're not using it? Once again, you want the parents to follow the rules, the kids follow the rules. When you gonna follow your own rules?
Yeah.
Miss Fisher, what you think?
Us as parents, I just feel like we just need to pull together, raise hell until something is done. I mean, they should be held accountable as well as, as parents, we get held accountable. So, why not the same thing? Like,
If
actually,
we
they
don't
should be
get
charged.
if we don't get our kids to school, we going to truancy, right? So if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, what can we do about them?
Said
Like
something needs to give. Like, I mean, the only thing I know to do is just to, continue to go up there, fight, for our children. until we eventually get her.
So we got to go as a group because if you're going there by yourself, it's just one person. It's five of them and one of you.
Yeah, that's what I said. We all
So we
need to
got to.
pull together and fight for our children.
I say we pull up a busload of parents. We can go to different schools. You got a problem in school, we're gonna pull up on you. As everybody talking about pulling up, just pull
Let's
up
do
on them
Yeah,
let's
because
do
you're gonna
it.
have to do
something.
something because
Pull-
this is not getting better. It's getting worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
escalating. It's getting more and more and more. Like I said, the kids already got guns in school. It's
So
getting worse and worse.
and if we get put out, just keep on going until something is done. Until we get heard. One of us
on a
get put out.
side note, they want us to do everything that they put in front of our kids, but then they're half doing it. I really think that we should pull up to all the schools, all the
I'm
schools.
there.
Jordan says they need to put action in place so the kids don't have to put their back up against the wall and act suddenly and then get punished for the actions
Oh,
when they're seeking from help from the situation. Miss
oh,
Taylor said the same for my
the
son. I've been requesting a 504 plan and nothing for a year. I've been demanding it, nothing. Now this fight stuff, and now y'all want to put him out. I've been begging for help. Miss Tammy says 504 plans don't mean nothing. My grandson has been on it for 5 years, and we put him out. Took him out for homeschooling because nobody helped him.
yeah, that's how I'm feeling at this point. Like I might as well take him out of school and give him a restart because I don't know if it's the school, the people that is in front of him, but I also the side note, was you know the reason why the schools are being out of the priority schools is because all the kids that are problems are not taking a test. They suspended. So of course they done moved up the ladder because not everybody's taking the test.
And where are these guns? What schools are these guns popping up in?
All the schools that are in majority black neighborhoods.
Huh,
Priority schools.
Huntington,
Yep.
Priority schools.
Maplewood, um, Jerry Baxter, uh,
Yeah, they're priority
Madison.
schools.
Mhm.
The bottom five. You celebrating reward schools. I understand. Okay, you took them schools from A to A plus. But what about these schools down here, the bottom 5%? What about the schools that just right there? They might not be at the bottom five, but they got to be at the bottom 6 or 7.
Yeah. They,
You
they,
know what I'm saying? What's the difference in a child having 5% literacy rate in school and they got 11%? It's just six more kids per 100 that can read and write. So I
No,
mean,
we are demanding better. Period. That's what I'm demanding. We are demanding our kids to do and get better education, reading. We, I mean, we all need to be able to um, write in cursive. What happened to that? What happened?
can't sign a check.
right.
I,
Now they're
I
taking
mean,
clocks out. Can't tell time. So you're not gonna be on time for work or you can't tell time. Then if you do go to work, you got a check, you can't even sign it. You're just
this
taking things away. Just
this
taking things away. Uh, King Pharaoh said people learn different. To make learning fun or rewarding. You have their attention, you have their mind. Jordan said it's getting worse day by day. Small
is
kids are bringing weapons to school now. Like it's crazy.
Hell,
Miss
they
Tammy
still there.
said, right. Miss Tammy said, even though my kids are homeschooled now, y'all ain't pulling up without me, cause I'm always wanting to call out Metro. I hear you, Miss Tammy. Miss Taylor, I'm about to take my son out and homeschool him because I would not be sending him to an alternative school
That
for each
part.
lack of leadership. True.
Yep. That's exactly why I just feel like I need to go on and pew, get
King
out of there.
Pharaoh, right? Got my wife like black flight. So and then King Pharaoh said, "Do you think so? You think we should classify schools like penitentiaries?"
It is.
Well, even in penitentiaries, you got different people in different flocks or whatever. They got guards walking them around, whatever. But in a school, if you got this group of kids and this group of kids is from different neighborhoods and they beefing, when they walk in the school building, the kids just going wherever they want to.
Right?
They going here, they going there. I mean, in the penitentiaries, you in a straight line. Everybody got to be in a straight line, and something do still happen. But these kids are mingling and going around, and then when the kids gather up, somebody could get to fight.
I
Mm,
think
You know,
penitentiary might be safer than these schools are. Well, some of them anyway.
see.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
Shamika said, tag the schools you need to get in. Okay. She said, post or tag the schools we need to get with to prevent alternative jailhouse uh, techniques. Schoolyard prison yard pipeline. We're number one.
Yeah,
We're number one. Once again, it's another issue, just like pro other schools. I mean, you see it, everybody see it, everybody know it, but what's gonna be done about it? Like you said, the parents got to get together and pull up on them.
we just gonna have to
Um,
pull up.
yeah, they're gonna have to, and then you have to get some paperwork. You have to get an accident report, incident report, because you're gonna have to put this out.
Yeah.
You're gonna have no choice. I've been put out in better places, I tell you. I've been put out in better places.
And
Now, as a
we didn't
parent,
go to jail behind my children, so it's whatever.
yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
getting done. I'm gonna be there.
yeah, because Miss Renee, I know you go to school at least once a week.
yes,
At least once a week. You on your way to school now?
I'm
Or you
home
already
now.
being today?
I was
Are
already
you already
being
be
back home.
same situation?
Sad. We
Yeah,
we got to do better for our kids, but to make everybody that has more to do with our kids time wise in terms of the day more accountable for what they do and
it's
what
true.
they do
Cause
for kids.
they spend more time with our kids than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You think about it. I mean, you go to work, you get off at 5, the kids come in, you get the homework, feed them, time to go to bed. So, you got more time with them.
Don't um throw in no extracurricular stuff after school.
For real, for real. I just could imagine being a child in school right now. I know how we grew up. We couldn't be no bullies in school. We don't get our head knocked off.
right.
We
No.
can bring nothing home. I don't care if it's a G.I. Joe, man. Where you get it from? Whose is it? Did their parents know you got it? I didn't buy that. These kids pulling up with whole cars and stuff now. They ain't got no driver license. So um,
Sad.
I just could imagine in the school now that with all the issues that went across the nation that you in the school building, they want you to learn, but you got to focus over and look and see, oh, he got a gun or what is he finna do? Or I just couldn't imagine being a child in school right now.
But you
Everything's
also,
going on around them, but learning.
yeah, but you also had when we were going to school, you also had teachers that actually cared about you and cared about, you doing better and stuff like that. So, you know, the teachers and parents actually interacted with each other. Some principals too, because I had a couple of principals that wouldn't let me do nothing.
Not
They
to
was
men-
always
not
on
to
the phone with
mention
my mom
not to
or
mention we weren't
somebody.
we not to mention we were not sitting in front of a whiteboard all day. We were doing stuff all day.
That's true.
Not just in front of a whiteboard.
Or a computer, because that's what it is now. Straight
Yeah,
computers,
Yeah, they
yeah.
have it in books, and then
electric.
you can see what your child was working on because you had the book. And now you don't have any. They done their homework in school. I need to know what they're doing because when they come home and then you got this F, you not let the parents know that they failed or anything. You get home and got this F and it's too late. But you told me my child was doing okay. What's the definition of okay? I don't want to hear about no percentiles and all this stuff because what is percentile of what? Is it percentile of A students? Percentile of D students? Percentile, you know what I'm saying? What is the percentile is? If you don't understand all this language, all these test scores, they send it to you and say your child doing okay.
Yeah,
You take it as they was. You know, back in the day, you had teachers that they taught your parents, they taught your brothers, they taught your sisters, and it
every
was the fact that you could say even at the police back in the day, it's like, oh, you better go on home if I call your mom and daddy. You had to beat that phone call.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't all this crazy stuff, but I'm gonna call your parent. Never just that right there. You saw your life flash in front of you. I'm gonna call your parent. You straight up. I want you to call my
Yeah,
mama because back then they would come to school. Somebody was getting a whooping. So my mama came to school. Somebody was getting a whooping. I don't care who it was, but somebody was getting a whooping. They don't come up with them robes on, their hair rollers on. They come up in there right as they are. They don't make you made them have to leave a guiding light.
yeah. But see now you can't chastise your kids now. You can't whoop them. None of that. Because if you do, you're going to jail. The kids getting taken away from you. But then when they're taken away from you, they are being beat, molested,
sexually
and everything
sexually
else.
abused,
So
Yeah,
it's there's no
drugged,
win-win.
drugged, starved.
yeah.
Oh,
There's so much things going on, and then that piece of wood, that paddle, man.
ooh.
My principal, I remember in school, he was about 6'9". He looked like he was about 7'1" to me. I was in elementary school, and he had this piece of wood. It was about, man, I don't know, it was about 15 inches long.
But about
I didn't
50
want none of
years
that.
ago,
with little holes in
Oh yeah, I didn't want none of that. I'm sorry, when they hit your butt, it's like it sucked that little hole, stuck part of your butt up in there.
man.
Knock half your butt off. You got in trouble one time because then you're gonna get a whooping in school. You're gonna get
at
a whooping from
home.
your mama, your daddy, and
Hmm.
my grandmama used to pull up on us. I know you did something. You get a whooping from my grandmama just because
Yep.
she just wanted to get in on the action.
Yep.
So it was no, we weren't finna act up. We weren't finna do that. You know, just times and things are different now. Like I said, it's harder for the kids and harder for the parents.
Yep.
It's just hard.
That's because they done put so many rules on how you can raise your children, your own children. And now, hell, these kids ain't scared of their parents no more because they know if, they do anything, to scare them or whatever, it's child abuse. They know
Yep.
they can call, they got this hotline now and they can call. So,
Yeah,
don't,
they
don't,
had they had that dare and all this stuff.
yeah, you darned if you do, darned if you don't. So, I mean,
Man, it was a
that,
dare program. The parents call them. I dare you to call them. Cause when you go, you're gonna go with them. They're gonna take you with them. They're gonna raise you. So I mean, it's like it was. You had to make a decision. You know,
hmm
you had to make a decision. But decision was to go ahead and act right. You know, some of the kids, they don't have nothing to eat. Some kids are homeless. They don't see their parents because with everything's been so high, especially in Nashville. It's like parents got to work two and three jobs. Parents are going to working in factories and had to go to the fast food restaurant, and so it's just like,
yeah,
I mean, we got to it's something got to change. Like I said, this just can't keep going in the direction it's going because, like I said, it's getting worse every day. I mean, we went from 16 pro schools to 19, so they got worse.
it's just time for us to pull together and fight for, our children and a better life. I mean, there ain't nothing else to do.
Cree said, "Call DCS if you want to. I'm gonna whoop your butt until they take you out the door."
Yeah, but
I,
when I
I,
get back
I'll,
home
I'll
from
say
going to
the same
jail,
thing.
I'm gonna whoop you again.
Yeah, when you come back.
I dared my daughter. She tried to run up one time. I wish you would. Wish you
uh,
would.
Cree Taylor said, "Being from Springfield, told I know you got tore up." Yeah, you right. Miss Holt, Miss Tammy said, "Miss Holt, let's go." Miss Holt says, "What's the goal?" Miss Sweat, she says, "Man, I never got in trouble in school because I got whooping when I got home." Yeah, it was consequences. And
Mhm.
so we talk about consequences as a child. What are going to be the consequences for the district? What's going to be the consequences for them not following their rules or not investigating a bullying situation or the kids not learning? What's going to be the consequences? You're getting more money now than you ever had. What is going to be the consequences?
I just feel like we need to go to the school, get some petitions in place, and start holding these principals and teachers accountable.
That's true.
Just like,
Accountability.
we had to deal with sit-ins, with being able to go in certain restaurants and stuff like that. Let's do it all over again. Start having sit-ins. If we get thrown out, go right back until
Yeah.
something has changed.
And we have plenty of schools to go to. They can't throw us out of all of them at the same time.
Right?
Like I said, we're going to need to get a group of parents. We need about 40 parents. We're just going to take a tour. We're going on a field trip.
Make it happen. I'm down.
You down.
I'm down.
Kim down. Miss Holt down. Tammy down.
Front
We
line.
gonna make sure
Cree
we in.
down. Jordan
I got
down.
y'all back. I
Let's
got
see.
y'all back.
Front line.
Old school sit in.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm down. I'm
For
down.
real.
Me too. Big
I'm
King
in there.
Pharaoh, I'm down. I'm down.
You got your almost your 40, huh?
Right.
Almost.
Almost.
I need everybody to tell me their name, phone number, email. On Facebook, Torvis Gardner. I'm gonna get a list together. We're gonna make this happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Because what happens now is not gonna get done. Corey Kennard, what's up, Corey? Corey said I've done 3.5 years for whooping my son, and I would do it again before I allow the government to think they're going to raise my kids.
Because honestly, nothing changed if you're quiet and you don't make noise. So let's make some noise.
So I say
Let's make some noise. They'll eventually listen and get the picture and know that
It's true.
something has to change.
It's true. So we need to organize this. We organize the powerful parents. We need to organize this. So, like I said, I'm getting 3 or 4 phone calls a week about the bullying, about the situations of of just bullying situation period, or safety in the schools.
Yeah. And my daughter, she's not even in a priority school, and she's talking about NSA, buck too. So it's in all schools.
Yes, in all the schools, it's happening. You don't always hear about it, but it is happening.
Yeah.
And kids have videos and stuff now. Kids are showing me videos of kids doing so many things in the bathrooms and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like,
Same with my
what
daughter.
the world is done? What's going on? It's like the
Same with
kids
my
just
daughter.
running freely, doing what you want to do.
Looks like they grown already.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
you're right
just a
about that.
freshman in, high school. She wasn't used to seeing none of that, but it's sad now, man.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Not only sad,
education.
it's scary.
Kids got to get educated. They
Yeah.
got to be in a safe environment to learn. They're not going to learn. I'm telling you, you're not going to be learning if your stomach is growling louder than the teacher talking. You're not going to learn if you're worried about going out the highway. We used to have a thing where you call it initiation when you first started school. You're a freshman. You know, they hit you or whatever. So you running and dodging in the highway.
Fresh
Now,
meat.
yeah, so that's what it was. So now it's like now these kids is fresh meat every day.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, we're about that every day.
yeah.
I just can't imagine it. But I mean, we got to do something. Something got to be done.
So
We
we
can't
all
keep
gotta
allowing this.
we gotta get together and go back to the old school. Let's do stand-ins. We get thrown out. Let's go back
Yep.
until something changes.
Mm-hmm.
Candace Brewington, special education boss on TikTok. The lady from Texas and was doing live on TikTok about the same stuff y'all talking about.
Mm.
It's like the school, Mayor Sweat. It's like the schools can do what they want with no consequences.
Yeah,
Cree says, well, his fault this time. A lot of times it's not our kids' fault. Like I said, a lot of times the kids are responding not to this situation just happened. They responding to situations because it don't happen two, three, and four times,
huh?
and they're not getting
Mm.
no help.
Right.
But when you fight back, you're the bad person. You're the culprit. You're the one that's getting. I mean, I don't understand how you get suspended more for fighting when a child don't came and. I mean, look, they come and smack me. They say turn the other cheek. So I'll be damn. I ain't gonna let you smack me in both my cheeks.
Right.
Right.
Man, that's not gonna happen.
Like, I done turned it once. I'm not gonna turn the hell. I ain't going too quick turn the first time. So, but
I know
I
that's
mean,
right.
it's sad, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
so we just got to pull together and do what we got to do. I
yeah.
mean,
Well, we I mean, I hope this conversation helps some people, and it's let you know it's just not your child that's going through this. It's going through it in the whole district. I want to thank y'all for coming on and speaking, being vulnerable and speaking about your child's situation and putting it out there. But like I said, we're gonna get this thing together. We got to do some type of action. Talk to other parents, and let's see what we can do with it. Because, like I said, something has to be done. We can't keep sitting back talking and planning and planning. We got to show some type of action. We got to do something
huh?
because
Yeah.
we losing our kids every day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
like I said, this situation is getting worse and worse and worse. So, with
Time
that
to
being
do
said, yeah, yeah. With that being said, I mean we're gonna end the show right here. It's 11:58. Like I said, thank you all. You can inbox me because I want to. We'll stay in touch with everybody. And I'm gonna get this list together. I want 40 parents. Just start give me a list of 40. We gonna go. We gonna do it.
I'm down.
All right. All right. Thank y'all for coming to the show. And we got fellowship tomorrow. For some of the people, I think it's week 4. Knowing they why. And then we got camps still going on. Some of y'all parents, some of the parents who's going out there.